asked, aren't all these who are speaking Galileans? Then how is it that each of us hears them in our native language? Parthians, Medes, and Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Judea and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt, and the parts of Libya near Cyrene. Visitors from Rome, both Jews and converts to Judaism, Cretans and Arabs, we hear them declaring the wonders of God in our own tongues. Amazed and perplexed, they asked one another, what does this mean? Some, however, made fun of them and said they have had too much wine, which most likely means they have had too much wine. So there were some who heard the noise and the sound, but they didn't hear them speaking a language. They probably just heard blah, 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 and they said, oh, these guys are drunk, which is why they're speaking funny. So they thought there was something wrong with the speakers because really it was something wrong with them because they couldn't hear. They didn't have that gift of interpretation. And so they did have the wine though, but it was the wine from above. It was the good wine. It was the wine from the grapes of Jesus Christ. You know, he says, I am the true vine. So here it is. It says, then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice and addressed the crowd. Fellow Jews and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I say. These people are not drunk as you suppose. It is only 9 in the morning. No, this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. So his sons and daughters and his servants will prophesy. He said they will dream dreams. You got the Holy Ghost. You feel the Holy Ghost. Where are your dreams? Where are your visions? Where's your prophecy? Where's the manifestation of this Creator? I will show wonders in the heavens above and signs on the earth below. Blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Okay, and so the thing was, this thing had happened because God had poured out his spirit, and it touched the speakers, but it also touched the listeners.